discuss about the Spring Boot validation and its utility function. Day to day, we have to write many utility function like email validation, not null, positive and negative scenario, that valid value for it. So you don't have to write anything. Spring Boot automatically give it. So like positive value check, negative value check, or email check for the string, or it's a valid or not, and business functionality you can write accordingly, but the common functionality you can use that. So let me see how we can use it. For example, at the rate valid and not null, suppose you are going to uh, save any object and making a post call, and in this JSON converted to object, and when this JSON is passing, and to make sure that password is not blank, so I have purposefully give the password as a no password has been given or password as blank. I don't give the field password. So string JSON will come without password, and this model, when it will check using the @valid, so it will check the user, so it will check the model, so it will validate that model also. And in the model I have mentioned that not null, so I will when I give that and hit it, I will get that validation failure for object. It's provided by the Spring. And different way we can make validation. In the request validation, we can put @valid on the request body, which I have shown in the post call, and it throws the method argument validation exception. In path variable request param, we also can do that same thing, @validated at the top of the class, and check it. And I have shown in the @controller, I can do the same thing in service and repository also. Okay, so same thing like validated and the valid on the functions, and there is a different bin constraint: not null, not blank, not empty, email check, size of the string, and whether the string the value of it, the string is positive or negative. I can check it very easily. Now regarding constraint validation, how I can do that? In the controller you have to write @validated, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the parameter in the path param. So here when I give that in that id path variable, and I have to make sure that it should be minimum 2 digit. So if it is more than 2 digit, it's fine, it will show that value. And if it is less than 2 digit, then you don't have to hit it, you don't have to throw exception, something like that. You can before entering into the body of the function, it will throw exception, so it will reduce the overhead, it will not unnecessary hitting the database, so you can make the validation check. And I have written that exception exception handler, and this is the constant validation exception dot class. And here I have written that message, customized message not validate due to validation error. So you can see not valid due to validation error, and the rest of the part I have not written. So it's written that this is the id must be greater than or equal to 2. If I write 5, then it will write greater than or equal to 5. So this message is inbuilt functionality provided by the Spring Boot. Now let me check the different bin constraint. Say minimum 2, @min 2, email. You can check the email. So I'm just reviewing the same thing. And how we can say, if you get any error, you can uh, get the details of the error. Say I from the bin results I get the error, field error, and the map it into the field and collect to the to stream. And so I can message it accordingly in the JSON. And here I have given that blank argument which is not valid, so it will check in the @valid the different thing that is not present, so you will get is this must not be null. So different validation error message, it is provided by the Spring Boot. You don't have to write anything. So that's the beauty of Spring Boot. Thank you.